and Yasuo mains alike. I'm the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So, I wasn't really expecting any more news outside of what we got today, which was pretty big. But this is some smaller news, is that Trick left Schalke, and he is going to be joining SK Gaming as the starting jungler. So that's pretty interesting, is that he left Schalke, which were basically one series away from going to Worlds, to SK, who made playoffs and then basically were irrelevant in the summer split because they were just falling apart because of their lackluster roster. Right now, Korean jungler Trick newest home will be SK Gaming, according to ESPN Jacob Wolf. He will become the team's starting jungler for 2020. SK had plenty of holes to fill this offseason, especially after the supposed departure of Dreams to Schalke. Trick last played for Schalke during the 2019 LEC summer split. His presence helped push the team from 7th place in the spring to 4th place with an 11-7 record. They were eliminated by Fnatic in the 3rd round of the playoffs and were taken down by Splice in the 2019 regional gauntlet. The 24-year-old jungler will now join SK that struggled to find any sort of consistency in its debut year in the LEC. He'll also be taking on the spot of Selfmade, who made a name for himself this year and even took home the 2019 Spring Split Rookie of the Award. As it stands now, SK might find it harsh to win games with a lack of firepower from their lanes. Not many of these players are known to carry games, beside Crown Shot, and even he's prone to making mistakes due to his inexperience. Trick will now need to provide this roster with a much needed veteran presence to help calm down the team when things start to get rough heated. So, also another news broke today was that Dreams is going to be leaving the team, and Dreams is going to Schalke, and Dreams is going to be playing with Forgiven to have a German bot lane. So that is also a little bit of news that I wanted to give you guys also today. But Trick leaving Schalke to play with SK. So what is the team? Sakurai, Trick. The mid lane was that one guy they played. I forgot his name. And then you have Crown Shot, so they would just need a support, wouldn't they? SK's problems last year was that they were a bad team. It just took a while to show that they were a bad team. The issue with their bad team is that they really started to tilt after they didn't know what to do if the game started going badly for them. And with that being said, you have to kind of factor in that how can Trick fix that? I understand the veteran presence would have effectively fixed that, but if you factor in that they couldn't do that an entire year, what's going to really change this coming year? Trick can't even really speak English properly. So looking at it from that point of view, I don't know what's exactly going to happen with SK Gaming. I think that they have some strong pieces in their roster, but the issue with the roster is that there's no Selfmade anymore to kind of give them an early game presence. That's why people were essentially kind of, upset to the point where it's like, why are they doing bad? It's because SK, even Riot released a video on them, and the players talked about it. They're like, yeah, we're not really understanding how to play from behind, get advantages unless Selfmade kind of pops off. I just don't know how Trick is going to help that, So I'm thinking like this is going to blow up. Honestly, I think that this is going to be one of those roster moves where once spring is over and they fail again, they're just going to switch them out again. That's just how I feel about it right now. You guys can say otherwise, but also Dreams, their former support, is going to play on Schalke with Forgiven. So the lineup for Schalke is going to be Otawamne, Forgiven, and Abadage. I can't forget the name. Otawamne, Abadage. The jungler will be, who's the jungler for Schalke? I forgot, man. These roster moves are going crazy. I need a off-season roster tracker, because I forgot who the jungler was gonna be for them. I totally forgot. But at least we know 4/5 of the team around that, and we have basically Forgiven, Otawamne, Dreams, and Abadage are at least on the team. All they need is a jungler, and that's good for them. If I forgot their jungler, I'm sorry. I forgot because there's been a lot of roster moves. LGD Gaming signs Peanut and former KT roster coach Zan Dark. So, last split in the LCK, Peanut was the highest paid LCK jungler on Genji. No surprise there. Genji like to shell out quite a bit of money for their players, and it's very much widely known that that is a thing. Now, with Genji failing and getting Klid into the lineup, Peanut going to the LPL is something interesting because people remember LGD from them failing in 2015. So I watched the LPL. I watched LGD. They're really not that good. They're actually pretty bad. It's pretty much been after. Oh my gosh, who's on that team that I remember right now? Kramer. Kramer is like the only decent thing about them, and he's been hard carrying. So maybe with the hard carry jungler like Peanut, hard carry with quotations, maybe they're gonna have some fun with getting any wins. I don't know personally. I think this is a bad move from him. I think that if you wanted to retire, you might as well have just came to North America. Like, come on, LGD is pretty much a retirement home for random ex-SKT players. Like, remember Marin came to this team at one point? I don't know. I don't know personally. I think that LGD is just a retirement home, essentially, for ex-Koreans that were once good. After Genji signed 3 players to its League of Legends roster, including T1 jungler Klid, veteran jungler Peanut, wasted no time in finding a new home. Peanut and longtime KT roster coach Zan Dark, have joined the LPL's LGD Gaming. The organization announced today via Twitter. For both, this will be the first time they have competed in the LPL. LGD made an announcement today that they have Peanut and they have the head coach Zan Dark from KT roster. Peanut comes from Genji, where he spent the 2019 season. Before that, he played for Kingzone Dragon X, Rocks Tigers, and SK Telecom T1, where he reached the grand finals at the 2017 League of Legends World Championship. He's not getting to any World Championship with LGD, so that is pretty sad. Zan Dark has spent the last 6 years as a part of the KT roster organization. During his time there, the team won the 2018 LCK Summer Playoffs and reached 3 LCK finals. KT roster was one of the worst teams in the LCK in 2019, though finishing the spring and summer splits with 14-4 and 6-12 records respectively. LPL has experienced struggles of their own in the LPL, where they finished in the 14th place during the summer with a 13-12 record. The first split of the year wasn't much better, as they went 5-10 and finished in 11th place. So yeah, LGD has been experiencing a lot of struggles as well. Basically, they're all falling off, Peanut, I hope he can make some moves here. I'm not exactly too sure if this is the best move for him. I think that in terms of where you possibly want to be able to go, I wouldn't choose here. I personally would have wanted him to choose another team, like maybe RNG if they're going to be losing Karsa, but we'll have to see, man. I don't like the move. I don't like the move. I don't think it's good. JackeyLove has entered free agency. So JackeyLove, the star AD carry of Invictus Gaming, has entered free agency. Now, the reason why he might leave is because we saw this with other players when they entered free agency. Basically, JackeyLove was really good this year, just not at Worlds. And looking at it from this hindsight right now, I think that JackeyLove would be an improvement on a lot of the AD carries in the LPL on other teams. But as you know, he is a world champion, so he's going to want to choose a really good team. We basically know that IG is probably going to have some roster changes after all the drama that happened with them. Not as bad as the Griffin drama, obviously. Nothing as bad as that. But, Ning and the Shy not getting along. Rookie having a very, off-hilter year. The bot lane not doing so well. They just need a shakeup. That's all they need. I mean, they all won world champion. They've all won a world championship. They can go to other teams. They can literally be in the LPL for years to come with that title just alone, because they'll see it as a world championship from each of any of the IG players if they ever left IG, and they're obviously going to want to be a part of that. Now, JackeyLove is something out that he has to understand that choosing a different team beside of IG is going to be his next big move, and I think he can. I think that this is a good move from him to move on. Just really didn't feel like IG was really synergizing properly this year. You looked at their press conference after the team lost, man. He was so devastated, man. I don't want to see players like that, man. But hey, things happen. Teams move on, teams change, and that's it. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out.
Hi there, guys! Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.